right, guys, welcome back. Resorting to Retirement, podcast number 2. We're just gonna be going through some of our goals and targets. We just wanted to talk about it. I know we talked about like what is the channel about on our last one since people were asking about, but now we just wanted to talk about what some of our goals and targets going through the year are gonna be, and just talking about what is the difference between a goal and a target. A goal is something that we just want to accomplish in a general sense, whereas a target is going to be a specific goal at and a specific time frame with a specific number attached to it. So some of the lists that we put together, main one, we're trying to get more followers. So 5,000 followers. We have the 3 platforms that we're really pushing on. So Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube are the 3 that we're gonna be the most present on, and 5,000 followers over all 3 is what we're trying to get by the end of the year, kind of thing. I think that about 1,200, 1,300 followers a month to the end of the year is what we're going to aim for collectively. I think that, one platform is going to be more than the other, but I think it's a little bit easier on Instagram and TikTok than YouTube to get the subscribers.
I don't know if we know that yet. I think that there's a lot that we don't know. So I think it's going to be a lot of trial and error of figuring out what is actually going to work and what's going to bring people in and keep them attracted to the content that they're seeing. And we're also going to be working on linking all of those together on each platform so that it's easily accessible. Because right now I don't know that any of them are linked.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are linked
Same
yet.
name, but it's just not one click away. It's multiple
they're
thumb touches.
I would agree. They're not streamlined at the moment. So that is one thing that we're also working on. We're gonna get there. That's one big thing, to be able to like click on the link in the bio to get to the other form of social media. One thing we definitely
I think it'll help. Just kind of streamlining, like you were talking about, just being able to go from one app to the next with just one click of a button.
I definitely agree. I mean, if you see the posts on Instagram and TikTok and they're just like, oh, maybe I want to see the full video, click over to YouTube, or whatever, vice versa.
Yeah.
For the different things that we're doing on different social media, because she kind of is taking over TikTok and Instagram for the most part, and I'm kind of just trying to manage the YouTube, the long videos and the YouTube shorts. So
he knows more about cropping and editing these videos and matching all of everything together, and I am still we're really learning how to use technology all over again.
I was about to say I think knowing more is so relative, because I don't know a lot. I feel like I need to take a class.
Yeah, from 12-year-olds.
Yeah, maybe. maybe. But I think that 5,000 followers, is it ambitious? I don't think so. I think that we could easily do that by the end of the year. I mean, we're just coming into August. I think 5,000 by the end of the year over all 3, not per platform, just 5,000 collective followers. I don't think that's too much.
I think that it's going to be difficult because we don't know as much as the average 12-year-old,
Right. That is the big thing.
I think that learning curve that we're going to have to do is kind of going to be, I don't want to necessarily say what holds us back, but what is going to be a challenge. It's going to be hard for us to, do that trial and error, find out what works, go with it, and then hopefully, streamline that to the other
forms, the other platforms. And I, coinciding with that, I think that another good target for us at a bare minimum, 2 posts a week on Instagram, TikTok, and the YouTube shorts outside of like the weekly podcast, or if we do like full length videos displaying like the Resorting to Retirement life, if we had a good time, because it's not just going to be all podcasts. We're still trying to incorporate the other things that we want to do with our life with the resorting to retirement. This is just kind of talk. We just want to talk about on these podcasts, like what we did on the way there and what we're all just kind of narrating, like what we're doing along the way almost, where all the shorts and the Instagram and the TikTok and then like the other longer videos are the lifestyle that we want to live.
Yeah, I would say those are more day to day. This is what I'm doing. For example, I'm about to be building raised garden beds from pallets. That we're going to probably have a full video on for YouTube, but there's going to be a lot that I'm going to be posting to TikTok of me actually doing little bits and pieces and explaining why, kind of going more in depth about small things, not necessarily just the overall project of this is how I raised my garden bed, built it. Yeah.
And this is also kind of a slow season for us in Florida right now to do anything outside because it's hurricane season. So yeah, we're definitely struggling doing the outside activities at the moment. So
what was really cool though is that I got some free pallets because we're doing it on a budget. But you have to drench them in water to make them more pliable to pull them apart. This hurricane helped me a lot with that. I didn't have to pay for water at all, so it was fantastic.
I think it was perfect for that. But another goal, through our channels and what we're doing, we want to have some products or like some merch to represent the channel, to promote the channel, by the end of the year. A target for that, October 1st, because we need to revamp the logo a little bit with an image editor, somebody that knows what they're doing to kind of make it pop, look a little more professional, because I drew it myself and we need somebody to make it look good before we
put it on all your guys' stuff.
Put it on a t-shirt or some stickers or whatever we end up. But the target is to have at least one product, even if it's stickers with a virtual storefront created. One product by October 1st.
I'm telling you what, if I get stickers and I just start throwing them at people, I better see them on every water bottle that you own. Resorting to retirement. Hey, look at this cool water bottle. Resorting
to retirement. With the little QR code to go straight to the channel.
Help us out.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a good target for us. I think that's gonna help our followers grow.
Oh, for sure. Word of mouth and just seeing it everywhere.
Right, your friends have it. Subscribe to this, especially if you have the quick QR code. Go straight to the channel. I think that's gonna help us out, and I think that after October 1st, when we get that one piece of merch or like those stickers, like we said, whatever we get, I think that from that moment on, it's gonna ramp the followers up.
I would agree.
Yeah,
or at least the views. I mean, people are gonna when they see something, an or a QR code or something along those lines, like the gym that we used to go to in Orlando. There was this girl who had a Lamborghini and her was on the side of her Lamborghini. I went and I looked. It was cosplay. It's really cool.
I was about to say, I think everybody did. She did. Yeah, she did like advertising for Disney. Yeah, basically.
It was super neat.
Sold things through an Amazon store.
Just even on her car, having her ad on the side of her window. How many people do you think went? Not only that, she had a Lamborghini. I mean, come on, you're gonna look at the ad just to see. But I think of just that one sticker, that one car decal.
How many people scanned
that? Or how many people looked at it? I don't know. But I agree. I think that that's a really good move. And honestly, I think that a lot of people enjoy stickers. So if we make some really cool stickers, people will put them places.
Right. I mean, I do.
Right.
When people give me stickers.
I have
especially
multiple
if they're free.
Water bottles. Right.
Especially if we give out some for free.
It would be cool to do a sticker with, so say that we had hats, if they bought.
Sticker with a hat.
Yeah, put some stickers in there. Something like that.
Well, anyway, one product by October 1st, but the goal is to have some merch, and we got to create that virtual storefront, how to sell them, figure out how we're going to do it. So
We have to learn all of that.
Yeah,
That is
so
all new.
that's why we need a little bit of time because we don't know what we're doing.
Yep.
We
We're going to figure it out, though.
but
You're going to...
we'll admit that
we'll
we
learn
don't know what we're
together.
doing. So another goal, just in general, learning things we don't know.
Like the storefront.
Like
for
the
example.
storefront. And one way that I am achieving learning things that we don't know, I'm starting out by, at a bare minimum, reading a book a month. Just learning about investing, real estate, literally anything that deals with what we're doing. I mean, maybe I should read like How to Work a Computer for Dummies. I don't know.
That is a book we could use.
I mean, anything that's gonna help me progress in the channel or what we're trying to do. I'm trying to read at least a book a month, and I'm just starting at that goal because I really have not been reading for a while, and I need to get back into it. So I think that that's a good goal, and I've been doing good so far.
Yeah, you have been doing good. And reading isn't easy for everyone. I think that that's something that a lot of people kind of honestly struggle with, is just reading, but that's not the only option. For instance, this podcast right now, there's so many ebooks and so many different ways of retaining knowledge other than just reading it. So you have a lot of options when it comes to how to get the information that you're looking for. For example, you're reading books. I have read less books, but I have been Googling a lot of things, and I feel like I spend a lot of my time just scrolling in a different way. I'm not necessarily scrolling to numb my mind anymore. I am scrolling to retain information and try and learn something.
Well, that's another thing is I'm not just, when I am trying to say a book a month, it's outside of everything else that I'm reading and everything else that I'm watching. Because I mean, I think I'm up to watching at least 2 videos a week at this point in time of just
things that pertain to this.
Yeah, things that pertain to investing, that things that are, so me trying to find the time to read outside of all the other things that I'm doing, I'm just trying to put it into the routine. I'm trying to build a completely brand new routine in my life that would help lead to that success. But the one book a month is just outside of everything else that I'm reading. Small books. I'll read real tiny 50-page, whatever you want to call it, or like a 50-page book that is just talking about something very specific outside of the actual book that I'm reading. So that's why I get a little bit distracted, I think.
We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
There are quite a few different paths that all link together in the end. And almost, I wouldn't say everything, but almost all of this, if it's not new, it is very jack of all trades, master of none. We are not a master at any of this. And, we're not going to be after one book, but after 12 books, we might at least be closer, So I think that that's really where we're at. I think that's where we're heading, is just going off of what you said, just learning as much as we can about everything that we don't know, which is super broad because I feel like on the grand scheme of things, not a lot of people really honestly know a whole lot. I think we're just trying to wing it, man. A lot of the times I feel like we're just like, oh yeah, man, let's do this. But when you're really honing in and you're really striving for something, you put your all into it and you try everything that you can and to learn as much as you can about it. And I think that is kind of where we're at. That's why there are so many different places and things that we're trying to learn and trying to do right now, because there's so much that goes into this that we're learning more and more every day about just how detailed everything needs to be and how many different ways you can make something happen.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And, along with the learning, just about the channel, about, the finance, investments, things like that, another target, we're trying to get at least one sponsorship on the channel by the end of the year. whether not even, and as far as a sponsorship, that doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, we got paid, but like for all the activities that we do or something, to get at least like a product, learn how to do that, to advertise a product for somebody. If they send us it for free and we're like, oh, you got to give us a shout out on your channel once you get 5,000 subscribers.
Right. And that's also going to be learning how to market and learning how to talk to companies, send out emails. You know, we had a friend who I think she was sending out 20, 30 emails a day to all different types of companies, just to see if they would send her any type of like makeup or anything that she could use, because she wanted her name in the game. She wanted companies to know who she was, what she was representing, and to really have that connection and that communication with companies who had already made it.
But at the end of the day, I mean, it's another, for us doing the channel, it's just another stream of income down the road. But in the beginning, us learning how to get at least one sponsor by
Just
the end
trying.
of the year. Yeah. So I think that's going to be a good target. I think getting at least one by the end of the year. I think we can do
No,
it.
I agree, especially because we are doing so much. We have these goals and we have these trajectories. And I think that they're really good, and learning how to do all of these things is going to be challenging. So if we do get one, if we send out a rockin' email and then we get somebody to either send us some merch or talk to us, get an email back, I think that would be awesome.
Yeah. And like I said, I don't think it would be that hard. We've seen plenty of other people do it, and I think that we're going to be doing enough that, you know, and we will let you guys know as soon as it happens. That product's going to get advertised, because we're just going to let the channel know, like, this is the product that we got. This is how we got it. I mean, we'll walk through how we did it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, once it happens. So the first one especially will be the best one for
Yeah.
for that advertisement. I
Yeah.
mean, they're gonna get the biggest shout out. Let's see, another goal that we are trying to accomplish. By the end of the year, we want to make 3 investments by the end of the year, and I'm not gonna go into what those investments are. So far on this channel, we're gonna hit that on another one. But just in general, for investing and what we're looking to do, 3 by the end of the year. And I think that by the end of October, the target is by the end of October. By October 31st,
To have our first one.
to have our first one, hopefully. But if we miss the deadline for October 31st, I still think we could have 3 by the end of the year.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, even if
yeah.
we did all 3 in December, I think that we could do it. But 3 by the end of the year is the goal. Ideally, I would like to see the first one by October 31st, though. And that's just because we have more research to do, more learning.
More learning.
Everything revolves around the learning curve
Yeah, it does.
for a lot of these things.
And I also think that it's important to say that, you know, you don't have to know it all to start. I think it's really important to understand that you can continue to learn, you can continue to grow, you can fail, and you can get right back up and do it again. And that is something that I have struggled with just in my life is failing. And the reality is that if you're not failing, where's your succession? Where are you going to succeed? Because if you're doing everything right, I feel like something's got to be wrong. Like,
well, I mean, as far as you know, if you don't know everything, you can start. I mean, that's the whole premise to marketing in general. I mean, think about one example off the top of my head right now. Rolling Loud, it comes around every single year. The concert festival, Rolling Loud. The lineup doesn't even come out. It's not even out yet, and it's in December.
right.
It's coming up this December, and the lineup's not even released. I don't even think they had the location when they did the pre-sale tickets, but they're already marketing it, already letting you know
It's
when
gonna
it
be
is.
there.
Yeah, it's gonna be there, and they don't even have all the information yet.
Right.
I mean, they're still getting it together, and that's the whole premise to marketing. I mean, people start marketing things before it's available. I mean, look at I was listening to an example the other day. I mean, look at Tesla. They've been advertising self-driving cars
Mm-hmm.
for 5+
Yeah, I
years
was gonna
now,
say years.
and they still haven't executed it correctly.
Correctly.
I mean, it's there and it's been there, but it's still not. It's
Not how
still
they
not. Yeah,
not how they originally showed it to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they started every. I mean, you got to start it before you have it. You got to start at
Right.
least marketing it. I mean, and that's why we're here right now.
Right.
We don't have it, but we're marketing it because we're gonna have it.
Mic drop.
I think that the last big goal that we're gonna hit on this specifically, is just getting a financial plan together, as not to be confused with budgeting, which we still have to do right now because we're not rich, but a financial plan, just mapping out are exactly how we are going to be financially successful. It is almost like a future budget, kind of, but it's just a map of, how are we going to invest? How much money are we going to spend on everything that we're doing? How much money are we going to spend on the merch? How much money are we going to spend on our initial investments? How much money are we going to spend on certain things? And how much money is it going to make us? Or do we project that it's going to make us? And that's going to be really important to figure those things out in the beginning and getting it mapped out before we really start taking off, because you got to know what you're starting with before you you don't want to lose everything in the beginning,
Right.
or get all your money wrapped up in something and then not have anything left over. So we're only going to start with little amounts in the beginning too, because like I said, we're not rich.
By no means. We are your average American.
Yeah. That's that's more than true. Super average, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out.
Yeah, we are. And honestly, even, Tyler had brought up to me this plan and was talking to me about it. And I had questions. I said, wait a minute, don't we have, isn't that, I asked him, I said, isn't that what a financial advisor is for? And he said, no. And he explained to me what the difference was between having a financial plan, having just mapping it out, even what you're looking at doing, what things are going to cost, figuring out all of those numbers, and then actually having the money to do it. Those are two completely different things. Just like that budget is a completely different thing. So we live on a budget right now. Exactly like he said, we're not rich. We're not made of money. We don't have, I still go to the grocery store and I count my dollars that I'm spending because I have a certain amount that I don't want to go over. That is going to continue throughout this whole journey. But that doesn't mean that this financial plan or this mapping out that we're doing, it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
I think that's important to know and to realize the difference, because I had questions about it too when I first heard about it, and what did it actually mean, because I was getting all of those things confused because I hadn't learned about it yet.
And the whole point is the financial plan is so we don't have to clip coupons down the road.
Right.
We don't have to budget so hard that we could, you can go to so you can go to Whole Foods,
Yes.
and not have to worry about how much money you spend at the grocery store.
For my people up north, imagine going to Jungle Gyms and just going into every little cubby and buying whatever you wanted in there.
Without
Crazy.
having to worry about it.
Yeah, that would be wild, and I'd buy the whole store. So keep me away from Jungle Gyms. It is if anybody doesn't know, Jungle Gyms is awesome. It's in Ohio, and it is the most incredible store. There's food from everywhere, all over the different countries, everywhere. It's incredible.
Anyway, yeah, but the whole point is just to not have to worry about the spending at one point in time, so we don't have to budget.
What do we call that? I'm pretty sure that's financial freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the goal.
financial-
That's the main. If we were to put one big goal out, or one, would it be a goal or a?
It's just like financial freedom would be a goal.
Okay, so the biggest goal that we have, the whole reason we're doing this, is to learn about and be financially free. So at that point in our life, we've made it. I guess. I don't know.
We have resorted to retirement.
We have thus resorted to retirement. Bing. I really like these mics. I think they're pretty cool, and I like to make noises in them.
Well, do you have anything else you want to add or start wrapping it up?
I would just say that we covered a lot of goals. We covered a lot of things to expect and to see. I guess I would want to know if any of these things sound intriguing to you guys. If they do, comment below. Tell us, if you guys want to know something about the books that we're reading, or if you guys want to really understand what do we mean when we say financial plan? What does that actually look like? Building our own storefront. Where are we doing that? How are we doing it? Where are you going to for the clothing items? I'm not making them in my backyard. I can't do that. I don't know. Maybe you can. But if you're looking for anything, like that, or you want to see something specifically or have us talk about something, just, comment it down below. Reach out to us, because that's another thing that this is about, is this community, this communication. We want to know you too.
We definitely want to hear the feedback about what people have to think. And, like she said, I think that reviewing the books at the end of the month could be good.
Yeah, I don't know that we did we touch on that in this one, or?
Yeah, no, we talked about reading a book a book a month.
So we had talked about bringing in the book that we read this month. And kind of talking about it, giving our overall rating, like a 1 to 5 scale, bringing up some good talking points of, what was interesting in the book. What did we find here? What did we think didn't really fit? Pros and cons of it, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of, I don't know, like a pathway almost, like give you a little bit of pointers, because not every book is for everybody. We're picking up books that are with our mindset and where we're heading specifically. So if we do come across a book that, could be helpful to you, we've read it, so we kind of have an idea about it, an idea behind it. We could give you, what did we used to use when we were kids before the test, would give you like the footnotes or whatever. What's that place called? It's on the internet. Anyways,
just some insight on the book.
We can kind of go over some things and just kind of implement them into our next podcast, those type of deals. So
yeah, I think once a month, just to show you that we're actually doing it.
Yeah, that we're
just to be held accountable.
That we are being held accountable, exactly.
And everybody could hold us accountable.
Yeah.
That we are actually going to read at least a book. We might not even read the same book. It might be we might both read something different, but
yeah,
it's just the fact that we are staying focused and staying on the goal. I think that could be a good one for the channel. Let us know what you guys want to hear. I think that we're gonna wrap it up.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching on the channel. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.